Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. This is going to be board system test 38 with the Lite MS-5UD fire alarm system. This system test is also a request system test. This system test was requested by Fire Alarm Chief 101. So let's go ahead and get started. For our first notification appliance on today's system, we have an Edwards G4LFWN-H low frequency horn, and this device will be doing code 3. We still have the system sensor CO1224T carbon monoxide detector, nothing has changed with that. If we file the conduit up, it brings us to a Siemens DT11 heat detector. For our second notification appliance on today's system, we have an Edwards G4LFWN-H VM low frequency sounder horn strobe. This device will be doing code 3 and is set on 110 candela. We still have the Firelight A980 fire alarm annunciator, nothing has changed with that, and the system is normal. If we move down, we still have the system sensor RTS2 key test station, and that connects up to my duct detector. If we move further down, we have two pull stations. On the left, we have a notifier BNG1-TS, and on the right, we have a notifier BNG1R. If we move down, we still have the system sensor D4120 duct detector, and that connects up to my system sensor RTS2 key test station. Alright everyone, so before I begin today's test, we're actually going to be doing something very unique that you usually do not see done on this channel. Today I'm going to be performing a fire alarm system walk test. Yes, the requester of this system test asked me to do a walk test, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. For those unfamiliar, a walk test basically is when a fire alarm technician, fire alarm installer, anybody who tests or inspects fire alarms walks around a building and tests each individual device. A walk test is very helpful because it means that you do not have to have someone come back to the fire alarm control panel and silence it every single time. Instead, you can, do it more independently, and things of that nature. So to put the system in walk test, I'm going to open the panel and I'm going to go to the keypad and I'm going to hit mode just like that. And you're going to have four options. There's going to be read status, programming, future use, and remote download for number 4. I'm going to hit number 2 for programming. It's then going to have me enter a password, which I'm not going to show on camera. Alright, my password has now been entered, and now we are in programming mode. So, there are different things that you can program on this control panel, but again, we're just going to be doing a system walk test. So, we're going to go down. So, as you can see, there are buttons that control, and you can do different things like go down and go up. So, if I hit the down key, I'm going to hit it twice. Alright, and you're going to see there's clear program, password change, and walk test. So obviously, in this case, we're going to hit number 1, walk test. Now, there are different kinds of walk tests you can do. You can do an audible or a silent walk test. In this case, I'm actually going to be going ahead and doing this as an audible walk test because, doing a system test, I'm sure a lot of people want to hear the alarms. And that is the whole purpose of doing the system test, is so that you can hear the alarm, see the strobes flash. A silent walk test basically is when you can basically test the devices without making any sound. I'm not really a fan of this, but it is done from time to time, and it's not something that's uncommon. It's just something that I really wouldn't do on my system per se. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit number 2 for audible walk test. So now you're going to see that it is saying that the unit is now in walk test. So I'm going to begin here. So I'm just going to go ahead and close the panel door. And obviously it's going to start beeping because we're in walk test. All right, so the first device we're going to go ahead and test is this notifier pull station. So we're going to go ahead and give this a pull. All right, obviously that just did a walk test there, so we're going to go ahead and reset this. All right, that device is tested and is working. The next device we're going to go ahead and walk test is this heat detector. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my hair dryer and go from there. All right, and we now just tested the heat detector. So as you can tell in the annunciator, it's going to say 2-wire detector for a heat detector. All right, the next device we're going to walk test is this system sensor CO detector. So all I'm going to do is hit the test button. Here we go. All right, as you can tell, it's going to say carbon monoxide. So for next device, we're going to go ahead and walk test. We're going to go ahead and walk test this notifier pull station. And again, it's going to say right pull station is active. I'll go ahead and reset this pull station. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert my key. Resets just like the other one, just like that. All right, so the final device we have to walk test is the system sensor duct detector. So to activate this, I'm just going to go ahead and insert my key. And I'm going to turn to sensor 1, and I'm just going to hit this button. So here we go. So, as you can tell, the duct detector has been activated by the key switch. This particular duct detector could also be tripped by a magnet. I'm not going to do that in today's test, but in future tests I will be doing that. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and hit the button and remove the key. And to get out of walk test, I'm just going to go ahead and hit system reset. Now, let me just clarify one thing. In some cases, some installers may do something called a key activation. Now, a key activation is basically when you open the pull station up, hear the alarm go off, and then just close it again. Basically, just test the pull station really quickly. I don't know how many people do it and if it's a common thing, but from what I understand, some people do it. Personally, I would just rather pull every single one and then just reset it. I think that that's better. But, you know, I guess it really depends on what you're told to do and what your, you know, rules are in your area. Authority having jurisdiction might have different rules, and there are different things you have to follow. Personally, in my area, I really don't know. I'm not an inspector myself, but it'd be an interesting question to definitely find out. So, for our final activation today, I'm going to go ahead and pull this notifier pull station, but instead of actually pulling it, I'm going to show a demonstration of key activating it. And we're just going to hear the alarms go off. We're at a walk test now, so we're going to go ahead and test it out. So I'm just going to enter my key, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. alarm is silenced. And since obviously we were just doing a key activation, there's nothing to reset. So we'll just reset the main fire alarm control panel, or fire alarm annunciator, I should say. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video, and I would like to thank Fire Alarm Chief 101 for requesting this system test. As a reminder, if you would like to submit your request system test, all you have to do is go to my website and hit the request system test page. There you will find the YouTube video collection list and the request system test form. I will also have a link to this in the video description. Alright guys, thanks for watching and have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.